Good morning, class. Hello, and welcome back to another session in council. What a week it's been, man. I've made some macro improvements or macro evolutions, quantum leaps, in really all directions. So, first off, I think this is I'll start by saying I feel this is the third week that I have made a goal to finish a portion of the mural, and I've yet to do that. That being said, this site has been activated. There's a visual. The mural is on Webflow. The website has been commenced. I haven't connected a track because I need to activate an account, and for some reason the web code that they've given me isn't working, so I'm still troubleshooting that. But I showed up for that. I guess the piece of the puzzle that we're evolving right now is learning how to finish this mural in a chronological way. And last week my goal was to essentially every day distill a piece and weave these distilled pieces into the tapestry. And I totally forgot about this goal for the first few days. And I think it was like on the third day I was like, oh, okay, I gotta do this. And then the following 2 or 3 days I was working on the same elemental piece. And then I think it was like the fourth day I shifted into a different piece. And the idea was that I would weave an element together that combined all of them. And instead, the following day, I hopped back onto the mural and just dove in straight into it, adding one of the visual elements that I'd composed throughout the week. So what does this share with us? I'm learning how to dance and balance between this calling to be technologically disciplined, be a practitioner, and as an assassin who's able to execute on the goals that I lay forth for myself. This is important. What is also important is to recognize that the tapestry has a mind of its own, that I'm not really in control here, and I want to give in to its intelligence. And creation is going to ebb and flow. And ultimately, I feel that there's a balance between the two, where I am giving into its intelligence while also maintaining control. Because what I find is when creation runs wild and reckless abandon, it's easy to depart from the physical plane. And creation flourishes and thrives here when it is connected to the physical plane and all the other spaces, not just there. Because if it's just there, it can't be here. And so I am the practitioner, I am the facilitator of this divine being's emergence, you could say. So there's a balance between the two. There's a balance between the facilitator, the guide, the council, the board, the manager, which is who I'm showing up to right here, right now, in this conversation. And there's a balance and a bridge and a co-creation, the masculine and the feminine creation itself. The release. And so right now I feel it is beneficial for this following week to, rather than saying I'm going to finish and creating with this result in mind, I'm going to create a limitation that I may only focus on the mural within a small space. And I'm going to create that space from the Fibonacci sequence which originated the matrix. I'm going to create a guide of the Fibonacci sequence, probably on Photoshop, to distill the quadrant. And yeah, focus on that quadrant. And another reason that I'm choosing this as the best creative flow that I tuned into this week was yesterday's motion, or rather a window of yesterday's motion. The day began with me really zoomed in and hyper-focused into one space, which was actually framed out, meaning there's the mural and then there's a mural within the mural where there's a composer. And I just got an idea for that space. I feel that's a really powerful space, and I would like to simply tune into that space, which has all the fundamental elements of what I'm composing, and allow that to collapse the infinity, focus on there, which is a frame and it's cradling. Later in the day, I zoomed out and started tapping into the mural all over, and that was cool, it was interesting, but I really feel like, yeah, creation flourishes when it's in a limitation. So I'm going to give myself the limitation of the space, and totally cool to work off canvas, create sketches and stuff like that. I'm not even going to say I have to include the sketches, but I can. All that being said, there is a daily output, and that's going to the IG and ISA. So yeah, that's it for the mural. So fundamental goal, everyday output, collapse infinity. I'm only working on this window, so I'll give myself that quadrant today. And yeah, that's it. Cool. Musical front, macro evolution. We got Guitar Rig, which is probably the best guitar amplification system in plugins that I know of. We got a vocal synth, Ovax, which lets me get fucking whack and crazy and have so much fun with my voice. I bought it, which I've been wanting to have a device for a really long time, so I just said fuck it. We got Sublab. I don't know if I had that last time. So I've got a subsystem, got a guitar system with infinity at my fingertips and effects. I've got a vocal system with a new infinity at my tongue, the tip of my tongue, and I have officially dialed in the loopscape in terms of creating a system that utilizes the loop pedal. That utilizes a looper. I can now listen to anything that anyone's playing and make a drum beat match live and have that audio revert into MIDI. I can do that with my voice, easy, and that's fucking incredible. It's been years that I've been working on how to do that through Ableton, and it seems kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I'm really stoked on that. So macro evolutions. I've also totally reframed the perception for how I may breathe in my body. Yeah, totally reframed the perception for how to breathe in my body. It's awesome. New physical therapy office is really opening my relationship. I've been exercising and really loving the process, loving the experience and the feeling and sensation of it. So that's awesome, man. I'm really stoked on just how I'm naturally entering this new relationship with my body, and I'm not forcing it. I'm just tuning in, I feel like, to the natural progression of what I love, crystallizing the same place, developing the palace of the dreamscape, the loopscape, and I just feel everything evolving and flourishing quite dramatically. And there's so much relief in giving you the baton of trust to focus on a much smaller space. And I'm just monitoring the amount of time that I spend in the box, but in terms of what kind of limitations and ritual that I'm giving to myself, it's actually pretty minimal. But I'm tuning into a natural intelligence that's not forced and contrived as it has been. And I feel it awakening within me. I feel more connected to the conjuring than I've ever been. And life is swimming. So this week, also I'm just learning how to allow or reframe and reperceptualize the way that I move through the world, so that this creative state is my default. It's like, this is the space that I'm always like coming back to. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, it's like, this is home. And I then go do other things, and then I always come back home. I am negative. Whoa, sorry. Hi. Thought I ended the conversation with you. Yeah, man. Thank you. You're doing great. Tomorrow, or next week, the mural that will be uploaded is just going to be the square. So have fun enjoying the creation of that. Should be able to have the website live and running. I pretty much got a track like ready to go. I've been been producing, so I'll just make that the cover album for that, and we'll call it Week 1. Cool. I love you.